Let's bring in Texas Congressman and Chairman of the House Committee on Small Business, Roger Williams. Congressman, the issue is the Financial Services Center at the VA that is handling this for Immigration and Customs Enforcement also supports the VA's community care mission, which helps veterans access health care close to them. At the same time, the number of benefit claims by veterans and their families has tripled since the 2022, the end of 2022, and is at a 10-year high. So why is the Veterans Administration spending 1 hour helping illegal migrants and not helping every single veteran who served this country?
Well, I think it's just an example of the Biden administration. I mean, they've forgotten when you talk about veterans, they've forgotten Main Street, they've forgotten veterans, they've forgotten everybody, and it should not be. They should be spending time taking care of our veterans. And you know, these illegals are getting things free, all kinds of things for free. I think that most people in our country think if anybody gets anything free, it should be our veterans. So again, it's just an example of the runaway administration we've got with this country, that they're focused on themselves and not helping, in this case, veterans, the people that have kept us safe for all these years.
It's one thing to be all caught up with veterans' claims, but there's a backlog per Kelly's report of 400,000 veterans whose claims aren't being processed, a backlog, which makes this even more outrageous. But let's move to this, because your committee, the House Committee on Small Businesses, you held a hearing today on how lawlessness is impacting Main Street America. Watch.
Recruitment and retention in law enforcement is at the lowest I've ever seen it. When I was hired in 2003 as a deputy sheriff, I competed with at least 100 individuals for 3 positions. Today, 2024, Norwich Police Department has 3 openings, and we had 5 people take our test.
Because of burgeoning crime, we have had to hire private security patrols to maintain a safe environment. With security measures now costing $80,000 per year, this eats up 40% of the restaurant's profits. After every crime, the owner cleans up. When they're done picking up the pieces, they ask themselves, is this worth it?
You know, Roger, their words are falling on deaf ears in the Biden administration, which released a statement today bragging about all the help they've given to American businesses. Quote, "This small business boom hasn't been an accident. It's a result of my administration's strategy to support entrepreneurs, help small businesses access the resources they need to thrive." So, Roger, you got to hear from actual small business owners today in your hearing that you chair. What's your response to Joe Biden and his claim today in this statement?
Well, they're wrong on that. They're not helping small business. They're hurting small business. And, of course, we talked today about how thugs and theft is just running rampant on Main Street America. But, you know, how can you say you help small business when you have interest rates, you have inflation, you have a supply side chain that we lack? They're not helping small business. They're trying to hurt small business. And the fact of the matter is the situation now, we got a new spin-off of Bidenomics. It's all this theft going on Main Street. I mean, people can't keep their inventory. They can't take care of their customers are threatened, and it goes on and on and on. And we heard today that 90% of a lot of small businesses around have had some sort of problem with this situation where these people are running rampant, and it's got to be addressed. We addressed it today. We'll continue to address it. But small businesses had all the problems they need. They don't need this now, and it's going to keep business people from getting into business, and it's going to keep people from shopping, buying product. As you know, I'm in the car business, and for the first time in many, many years over the holidays, I've had people try to steal cars off my car lot. So it's running rampant, and we need judges that will be judges and not just decide, hey, if it's $950 or less, go ahead and steal it. It's no big deal.
Well, they're really stupid thieves because you're in Texas and people pack in Texas because you're allowed, as the Second Amendment says, to carry. It's in places like New York City where you're a sitting duck if you're a small business owner. Congressman, we want to move on to this. You mentioned the car business. Joe Biden handing Xi Jinping another win for 2023. China's auto exports surging nearly 64% last year, and now on track to surpass Japan as the world's largest auto exporter. And while you answered this question, I would love to just remind people it was Gavin Newsom who visited Shenzhen and Xi Jinping, and he was driving around in a BYD hybrid vehicle, going, oh, it's a boat and a car. Who needs a car when you can have a boat and a car? But this is just a testament to the hard times these union-controlled automakers have fallen upon.
No, there's no question. I mean, we should be the maker of everything here in the United States. But when you look at the organized labor and the strikes and the strike settlements, you look at the regulations that are put on not only the manufacturer but the dealers and even now the consumer. And then we're all focused on electric vehicles, which is a phony economy, not ever going to work. No wonder we're getting outproduced. And we should be inviting people to come to our country, much like we did with Toyota when I was Secretary of State of Texas. They built a plant in San Antonio. We should be asking people to bring jobs to America, produce in America. But our auto manufacturer for years has been the basis. We've led the world in ideas and production. But now it's so hard to sell anything. It's so hard to make anything because, again, Bidenomics. I don't see a daylight unless we get a change of administration and invite people to come over here and produce their product here. And also, Dagan, as you know, and Sean, EV vehicles, most of the batteries are produced in China. And we're trying to shove these EV vehicles down consumers and dealers, and it's not working. And so our industry is suffering, and consumers are suffering, and prices are continuing to go up.
And China's selling cars that people want, which is gas-powered cars, not EVs. Roger Williams, always a pleasure. Congressman, car dealer, but also a fantastic baseball player. Thank you, Roger.
All right, good to see you all. Thank you.
Right.